And we are live. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wolf. Happy to be here. Happy to do another podcast. Happy Monday. And great start to the week. I am pretty excited to get into this conversation and podcast here with Armand, the CEO of ivault app. And they're basically paying you to live more sustainably and revolutionizing sustainability through blockchain technology. You can, by enabling secure peer-to-peer sharing of goods, they're also helping reduce waste, save money, and also earn rewards all in one place while protecting your privacy as well. Now, I still want to let Armand kind of do the proper introduction to what you guys are building. And also, I would love to hear about how this all got started, why you built the company in the first place. And so I'll turn it over to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Kate, for having me. I'm super excited to be at Wolf Crypto. So the whole thing started when I relocated from Miami to Zurich, Switzerland. That was about 14 years. Yeah, 14 years ago, I put all my valuable things into a storage facility in Miami and moved here in Switzerland. And time and time again, I flew back to see my friends and stuff like that. And in 2017, it was 2017, end of 17, 18, I flew back to see some friends, and I looked to my storage facility and I saw that I was totally robbed. Everything was gone. It was a production studio because I used to do some music production. So I was always a little bit in software engineering and IT and stuff like that. And had also a lot of other nice assets, which were all gone. So for me, it was devastating. The financial loss was okay, but it was more the emotional loss, which actually prompted me to the idea that I thought, hey, why didn't I actually record all this information, serial number, pictures, and make a digital twin of the pictures, basically, and put them in a safe place where when it gets lost, basically, you can actually, push it to a search engine, to a real-time search engine, offer a finder's fee, and ask the community to help you to retrieve it, either see it on eBay or someone else selling it. And this is how I came up to the idea. And we actually patented the whole idea of digital twins. It was in 2018. And we got the patent granted in 2022 in the US, China, Switzerland, Australia. I was super excited because nobody actually thought this is patentable because they say, hey, this is everyone using it anyways. So this is how the idea came out. And ivault version 1 was created with that. It was a lost and found app initially. And where people actually posted when their cats ran away or a dog lost or bicycle lost or whatever, stolen. And this way the community actually started to download, install the app and using it and offering finder's fee. We had also a feature in it where it says lending, because we thought to keep the stickiness, how many times you lose something or something gets stolen, you have to have some other features. So we had a community board and also a feature where you can lend things. And we saw that a lot of people, especially in the California area, and started to post laptops, bicycles and stuff they want to rent. And we thought, hey, that's actually a neat idea. Maybe we should do version 2 where we actually really focus on the sharing economy, because there's a lot of issues which we need to solve. One problem is definitely the microplastics in the ocean. We all know that overconsumption is a huge problem nowadays. We have microplastic in the ocean, also microplastic already in our system, which is the ironic thing between Mother Earth is 70% water, we are 70% water, and we have the same shit going on in our system, like what's going on in the planet. So that is definitely a reason to think about, hey, maybe we should change something about it. The second thing is we saw that based on inflation, a lot of people ran into poverty in a lot of countries, even in the US. Inflation, eggs are costing enormous and a lot of other things as well. So we thought, okay, this is also a good point where we can help with the sharing economy. And we saw also that the Gen Z people, which are much more cautious than the older generations, they have a good reason, because they say our children, our kids' children, they will probably never see planet Earth as we saw it, or our parents saw it. Because what happens with this industrialization, with the consumerism and this overconsumption, we are going in a direction where we don't need really to be. So that was the idea behind it. And of course, Web3 has a lot of benefits. We don't need to talk about it, but I will mention one thing. We all want to protect our identity, and that's why we came up with the name ivault. your identity is in your wallet. Nobody else has access. There's a non-custodial wallet, recovery phrase, everything is there. So nobody can access the data. Only what you post in the marketplace or in the community board, it's your decision, basically. So
very cool.
And you can change your name. You can do business as well as a synonym. Basically, you do your KYC so people know you for real, and you call yourself Moby Dick or I don't know, Donald Duck, whatever. But still, it's all legit. You have real people, real ecosystem behind it. So that's how we came up with the idea. We thought it came out of a misery, out of a terrible situation which happened to me in Miami, and up to this day, I still think it was an inside job, because I don't believe that someone can come to the third floor. If a European guy is living for 4 or 5, 6, 7 years, is not looking for his stuff. It's a nice bargain for the people who are actually there. So, but you have no evidence, you can't prove it. But that prompted me to that idea to create ivault. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. I love a good origin story, and that is very, very cool. Okay, so it kind of gets me thinking. So I'm sure got some kind, got competition in the marketplace a little bit. What is the main thing that kind of separates you guys? How did you think about it, and why did you choose some of those features that sort of sets you guys apart from the rest of the pack?
Yes. So our main I would say benefit compared to the competition is there is a lot of sharing platforms at the moment. All of the sharing platforms what we have right now are Web 2 based. We are the only Web 3 based sharing platform, and the good part of it, we hit already 103,000 installs. So I'm very proud of it. For that we actually released in October last year, we already hit over 100,000 installs with a very low marketing budget. So people are really taking it in as we actually hoped. The main difference is this. First of all, in Web 2, there's always the risk that your data will be sold. We see it with all the big ones. We don't need to talk about it. The second thing is the other sharing platforms charge up to 30% in commission. That means if you have a lawnmower and you want to rent it to your neighbor, so let's say you charge only $10 a day for your lawnmower, they want $3 of it. I think this is a little bit the same issue we have with Uber. Uber drivers have to cough up to 27%. I don't think it's fair just to offer a platform. They have to pay for the taxes. They have to pay the commission. It's the same thing with our platform. We don't charge any commission. We charge a publishing fee of $1. And wow. You have to post for 90 days. And you keep all the proceeds for yourself. And tell me this is not fair. I think this is more than fair.
That is fair. How do you guys what is the main way you guys make money? How are you guys able to do that?
I love it. I'm going to tell you right away.
Okay, yeah.
What our difference is, so people see the added value what we're offering here. This is one thing. We're not charging any commission. It's one publishing fee. The second thing is your identity is totally in your control. Nobody's going to sell your data. And the third thing, and I think this is our major benefit, is we are actually distributing echo points. That means we are actually giving you some points which you convert later into tokens for being good, for being nice. Because we have here 3 winners. The one winner is the person who actually looks for something, gets it cheap, and doesn't need to be the owner of it, not liable. And Gen Z people doesn't want to own anything anymore. So that's great. Yeah, it's really, they think everything is a liability. And I totally understand them. The second thing is they get rewarded with echo points, which they can convert into tokens. So they have a win again, both parties, because they were sustainable. And third but not least, planet Earth is thanking us, because no new products will be produced. No CO2 comes in the atmosphere. And this way we can all live a happy life and hope that actually the world will actually recover what we did to it. So, and let's get back to the question you had. How do we make money? I love that. Okay, so very easy. I don't trying to reinvent the wheel. In order to make this app work, you need critical mass. You need the critical mass. And that's the issue of a lot of apps, a lot of apps which come out in the marketplace or out in any shape or form. They lack on critical mass. If you're not Facebook, if you're not Meta, if you're not whatever, if not TikTok, you really have to grind. So how can you do it? You can do it this way. You offer a free app. You give the app for free. Obviously, we do it probably to the last quarter of this year, and then we have to start charging. We have to charge for the KYC, for having the blue badge, which we know at X, and also Telegram, which is super expensive on Telegram and Twitter. We're probably going to charge only $10 for that. For right now, it's for free still. So we are paying for that. Why? We want to have the critical mass. We are also giving out a lot of echo points for referral people, so they can actually put content in, also for free. That will end also in a later stage, and then we charge the publishing fee of $1. The answer to your question, how we make money, is quite simple. Once we hit a critical mass, let's say from 1 million users up, we will start charging the $1, but more importantly, we can go to insurance companies, we can go to Home Depot, we can go to all those places which are renting actually tools and tell them, look, you're renting the tools, we have the infrastructure, we have the people who are looking for that. Why don't you want to team up with us and we give people echo points as you as well, but actually put things in and pay us this amount, so you sponsor our project and you come with advertising. So how is it YouTube doing, basically? YouTube is doing that as well. At the beginning, get as much people as possible, put advertising in as much as possible, so people don't want to see the advertising, and then charge them, I think, $17 or $14.99 a month. And that's what we want to do at the end game. Basically, charge $3.99, having different plans, $3.99 lowest plan, up to $9.99, have 10 posts a month for free, and a lot of other things. So we want to do a subscription model, but in a later stage. Don't you ever do a subscription model from the get-go, because this will hurt you at the end. You need the critical mass. Do things slowly, build it up, and then slowly charge. Because once the users see the added value and they see, wow, I make money on the side, and we have a very nice AI tool involved into the app where you actually can state the levels of verification, silver level, gold level, with receipts and stuff like that. So with machine learning, by time, once we have the critical mass, it computes out how much you can rent for a toaster or a lawnmower, electric drill, electrical bicycle, or stuff like that. And it tells you, hey, you have $20,000 worth of value in your vault. You can rent it out for $500 a month. So this is where we want to go, and I think this is the fairest and smartest way to do it. And obviously, there's always risk involved. There's no doubt about it. But I think this is the smartest way how you can actually establish a good business. You just learn from the big boys, basically.
Yeah. I love that. I'm glad you drew some inspiration from some of those companies, because you're absolutely right. There are things to learn. So it kind of gets me thinking. So like a lot of crypto companies struggle once they enter the real world, like you're mentioning. Like you have a pretty good solid strategy of who to go to, how to pitch that product. What have you learned from growing ivault, and what kind of things have you pieced together, added to the strategy, taken away from the strategy, things like that?
Well, I think the way, I think the best way to learn is out of mistakes. We all know that. You fall down and you always stand up and see, okay, how we can improve and optimize things. One thing is what we actually realized, social media. Social media doesn't work. Social media, I mean, Instagram, TikTok, and all those platforms do not work if you want to sell your app. You realize that. That's probably something what you can use in a later stage once you establish, but not from the get-go. Because I see it myself too. If I watch TikTok or Instagram and some app promotion is going on, I'm not going to install the app. No. I install the app if 5 of my buddies have the app. They say, hey, it's really great. I made money and I have echo points. And you know what? On the 3rd of March or the 6th of June or the 9th of September, that's the times when you can actually convert the echo points into tokens. I convert into tokens, and I bought some B2C, or I got some USDD or USDC. I'm sorry, I have to be careful with that. But anyways, so basically, that's how we realized, okay, social media is not working. We're going more into the PR. Growth hacking we do anyways. That's how we got those installs. We will do a lot of events now in some big cities and work with universities. We thought
Oh,
that's a
okay.
great idea because that's how actually Facebook also got
I
big.
love that idea. Actually, that's a great idea. I have not actually heard that before.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I probably have, but I hadn't thought of. I haven't heard of like a go-to strategy with that perfectly in mind. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, we want to go to universities. We have a really good strategy behind it. We want to go to people. We have in Europe. I don't know if you have that in the US, but in Europe we have already people, Gen Z people, who are actually putting their hands on the street with they stick it on so cars can't drive, and they blocking the streets, and there's a traffic jam. We have that because we have so many green environmental people. I think these are also a good target group, and tell them, hey, instead of sticking yourself on the street, use the app and do some change. So I think, yeah, sure. I mean, give them something in their hand what they can use and do a real good change behind it. So we are changing strategy. Obviously, there was a lot of strategies in the crypto area which we can't use, like the clicker thing on Telegram, all the meme stuff which we can't use because we are not a meme coin. We are real world utility or real world asset. I wouldn't call, because real world asset is more, I would say real estate, but we are real world utility basically. So we have to really look at this target audience, and our target audience is definitely students, because they are all low on cash, Gen Z people who are really environmental conscious, and also the crypto people. The crypto people are more for the money. We all know they're more for the money. But there is also people in the crypto area, they say, okay, hey, I make a business out of that. Fuck, hey, I'm going to buy a lawnmower. I'm going to buy an electric bill, post it on ivault, and in 3 to 6 months, I basically got it paid off, and make money out of that, and help other people. You can make money with that as well. So we are we're changing our strategy as we go all the time. But now our plan is to go to big cities, university cities in Europe as well in the US, and start to promote it at universities where the students can actually start with an ambassador program, affiliate program, where they can actually get more eco points, the more referrals they send out and stuff like that. And also work with rental shops, like rental bicycle shops, rental surf sports, maybe rental cars, I'm not sure yet, but all the places where they rent things, because that's an added value for them. Hey, they get eco points. And I think the eco point idea is awesome, because that's awesome that we have crypto involved, because how in the hell you want to give out so much money? You can do that with your tokenomics. You can say 25% of the tokens we actually creating are the reserve for the eco points. I'm just going to compare the airline tickets, or airline miles and more things, what the big airline companies have. They have billions of dollars on the side if tomorrow everyone wants to fly for free, basically. Right. And you can't do this startup company. And that's the benefit of a crypto company who can say, hey, we will put so-and-so 20% for the eco point to convert into tokens. And that's actually a benefit for us as well.
Very cool. What ways are you able to ensure like the authenticity and the security of some of these things that are on the platform?
Like I said, we have 3 verification processes, of the product itself. There is a bronze status, a silver status, and a gold status of a product. For instance, you have now an electric drill and you want to rent it. The first thing we're asking you, all the information of the item. Then we want to know, hey, can you make a picture of the item now live? Then you have a bronze status. Okay, you make it live. So that's one thing. If you want to have the silver status, make a picture with you in the picture, then it's the silver status. And the gold status is make a picture of you and the item and put the receipt next to it.
Got it.
And then they get more points, and we have the information. And that's one thing. And the second thing is each and every user can do the KYC. We stress them to do the KYC. Otherwise, you can't rent things. If you don't do a KYC, it's dangerous. There's so many scammers out there, and the third thing is we have also a feedback loop. That means people can put reviews like 5-star, 4-star, 1-star into the app, and basically that gives also trust and confidence for the people who want to rent or lend something.
Okay, got it. Okay, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Very nice. And by the way, I wanted to pull. I see Bossman left a question here. Send me the link to download the app. That is on their site, and I'll pull that up here so you can see, and we can kind of walk through some of these things together. So, by the way, while we're waiting on that to pull up, if you guys could retweet the stream if you're enjoying the conversation, and give them a follow right above our faces on X, and if you're on YouTube, right below our faces in the description. But this is their site, and if you're trying to download their app, literally right here, front and center, very clean. So that question was to, I think his name was Boss Man. That is how you do it. But yeah, Armin, if you want to walk us through a little bit of your website, anywhere you want to go on here, I'll kind of turn it over to you. But pretty clean website here.
Yeah, thank you. We redesigned it actually to make it more Web3 stylish. This one is very informative. It tells you a lot about the app as it is. It has the white paper on Gitbook and has I think about 9 languages also.
Whoa.
So yeah, it's English, French, German, Portuguese, Spanish, a lot of different Chinese even. So we have a lot of languages in this platform because we want to get as much users as possible.
Yeah, I see it right here. Very cool.
Yeah, exactly. And we went in the token market in December 27. Was good at the beginning, and then obviously Ethereum crashed, and we are based on Ethereum, and that was a little bummer, I have to admit. At the beginning, it hurt a little bit or a lot because when the price went down, but now I got used to it, and now obviously the prices are going back up again, so it makes me pretty happy because our token also increased in value. Yes, so we are a great team of well-seasoned people, like Johannes Schweifer is one co-founder of Bitcoin Swiss. He actually created the whole blockchain side behind it, which is super amazing because it's basically like a layer 2 on Ethereum, so you don't have any transaction cost when you use the app, only if you want to, send the ivault tokens to an exchange. But even there, we use Ethereum Base, to have the fees lower. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I think Ethereum does a great job and was, I think, the second biggest crypto on planet Earth. And obviously, there's a lot of new layer 1s coming out, Sui, Verachain, and so on and so forth. They're probably all great as well. But still Ethereum has 80% of most platforms, and I think it's a good ecosystem for us, especially for RWA.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if we want to, we can poke a little bit into the ivault token. You kind of briefly went over it a little bit ago, but so we've got a whole graphic here laid out for us for the ivault token.
Yes. So basically, with the token, you can trade the token. You can actually pay with the tokens. We have also a very neat, like I told you before, we have the lost and found option, which we had in the first version. We actually improved it and optimized that version in a new version where there's even an Amber Alert. If a child is abducted or your grandfather with Alzheimer's is leaving the house and doesn't know how to get back, you post a picture of your granddad. The granddad tell the location where he was last seen, offer finder's fee, send it out to a range of 50 kilometers, which is basically 30 miles, and offer a finder's fee to help to find your granddad or your missing. So that's great as well. But I think this lost and found option, which we have in the app, really works the more people you have using the app, obviously, because the critical mass is very important. But we're getting there. I'm very confident. We have great plans. We're talking to a lot of different affiliates at the moment who wants to have a partnership with us as well. Even now, we start a partnership with Google, who are super excited about our platform and offering us the cloud services basically for a nice 6-figure amount for free.
Wow.
So that's really cool. And this will be all actually released very soon. So in your show, people hear it beforehand.
Yeah, wow. Very cool. Very cool. And I had a question here, but then I saw this popped up on the website as well for the roadmap.
Yeah.
And would love to kind of roll through here a little bit, see what you guys had going on, where you're at today, and then where's kind of like next up on the docket. Yeah, this goes back a little while, huh? This goes all the way back to 2018 to the patent filing.
Well, the patent was filed 2018. The company was actually incorporated. Okay, Vault Security Systems. That's the company which was actually established in 2018. And out of that company, we did also B2B use cases for different corporations, companies where we optimized supply chains, and we did the app. And we saw that both companies are scaling pretty good. So we actually separated both companies. We said one company will be only in B2B, which is Vault Security, which exists also since 2023. And ivault was actually also established in 2023. And the group is basically the holding on top of it, which holds the patents and gives them licenses to the data companies, basically. But one is only basically for business to consumer, which is the app, ivault, and the other one is business to business. So we are in the market since 2018. Wow. Yes, we are here for the long run, and and you see actually the crypto market is getting stronger as we speak. You see all the institutions coming in, and there's a mass adoption, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. That this is something what will probably replace in one day fiat money.
Wow. Yeah, this is really cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. I love how this roadmap is kind of laid out as well. So what do you guys have a little bit over the horizon? I have a different question to sort of leads into, but I'll stop sharing here. We'll jump back on over.
So we are actually going to be on a roadshow, on a big roadshow. We're going to be in Berlin on the 12th of June, holding a keynote, being a panel discussion, being a sponsor there. There's a yacht party as well. So if you have time, Kate, come to Berlin, rock the boat. It's going to be fun. Then on the 26th of June, there is in Monaco, in Monte Carlo, the first Web3 party, Web3 Fest. And I was invited as well to be a keynote speaker in the panel and also a sponsor for their competitions, which they do. 3 days later is the Ethereum convention in Cannes, which is going to be amazing. Also 7,000 people coming, and I'm also there speaking, having also a keynote there and explaining the app. So that's amazing. Super excited about that. And finally, we round everything up at the end of August at CoinFest in Asia, where we have also a booth. And I think we're going to get also a speech slot over there. So yeah, we are promoting the app as we can. And we have a nice report coming out on Wednesday at Cointelegraph as well.
Nice.
A spotlight article. So I'm very, very happy and grateful for Cointelegraph to put us out there because they believe it's a really great product. And I think the crypto scene as it is needs really strong use cases, really good use cases, because you can do so much about blockchain. You can do so much about decentralized ledger. And people need to be more creative than putting out some meme coins. Sorry, I don't have anything about meme coins. You know, there might be fun, but we all know only 10%, if all, make money. 90% is actually looking through the pipe. And that's the truth, you know. And there is no real use case behind a meme coin than just having fun and making fun about other people, other things. On the other hand, gaming is great as well. I think gaming is awesome. And we want to actually, I'm in talks with some big gaming companies as well, where we want to put some gaming into the app as well. So where we find a way where we can do reality and virtually and combine them. But this comes in a later stage. As well, we do some group and private chats as we know it on Telegram in the app. We have messaging service, obviously, but we thought with the neighbors because our app is actually created for local and hyper local, and not that someone in the US is asking for a lawnmower in Switzerland. This is ridiculous. Obviously, it's a local, hyper local thing. So we thought it's a great idea to put group chats like private and public chats into the app as well. This will all come in. And like I said, we talk about gaming companies because we thought that's neat as well to get also the younger audience who's really involved in gaming, involved in the app, and so they can benefit as well. But, you know, we thought benefiting, society with something what has a great added value where your identity is protected is definitely a good start. So
Absolutely.
let's see how everything will unfold. But we are all good in good hopes and good. We believe strongly in that. We have a good investor base as well, and at the end of the day, I can only stress everyone to install the app and actually invite your friends and make some money on the side and do good, because
Oh
this
yeah.
is what it's all about.
Yeah. Have you seen more success from crypto people or from people who are more in the Web2 world, like certain ages? Like who's the most down for this kind of idea?
Okay, very good point. All right, so both sides, okay?
Okay.
Crypto side, and that's really amazing. The crypto sides really love the app. They say, wow, it's so nice designed, so clean. Never saw such a great app. Amazing. This is the other side, which comes from the Web 2. They have difficulties with the recovery phrase. They have
Yeah.
difficulty with this crypto, with these
Mm-hmm.
technical issues. So what we are doing right now is optimizing the app in a way where Web 2 people have no big troubles to actually install the app and using the app, and give them the opportunity to choose if they want to use a recovery phrase. We
Mm.
all give them the information, and also if they want to choose to do a KYC. Obviously, if you don't do a recovery phrase, you can't buy any tokens or withdraw tokens on the app. If you
Yeah.
don't do a KYC, you can't lend or rent something, basically. It's like going to a shop and want to rent a motorcycle. They don't give it to you if you don't have a driver license. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing, basically. We have to do that too. But what we did very smart, I believe. We don't do money exchanges, because then it's really difficult when it comes to regulatory and compliance
Gotcha.
reasons. We offering the platform, we connecting the dots, we connecting the people. You have something for me, I'm looking for it. Great, let's meet in person, let's handle it. I give you the money. We can do the transaction through the app, through a QR code, scanning it, and then
Yep.
the echo points will be distributed, but no money will be involved where we were going to be involved. We want the people to do it in person. And this way, it's better when it comes to regulatory reasons. Better also for this reason, because imagine if you do money business in the app, people can say, hey, let's do it without the app. I give you 50% more, 50%
Right.
less, whatever, and then you lose the customer. And we
Right.
don't want to lose customers. We want the people to do the transactions over the app, but do the money thing themselves. This way, there's
Mm.
no loopholes how they can do good business on the side. They only benefit by using the app, basically.
Yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. What kind of like pushback have you gotten besides the C? That I guess that makes perfect sense. That is probably the biggest hurdle for non-crypto native users. They're like, wait, I have to be in charge of that part. They're like, no, that's I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want that kind of responsibility on me and accountability. Has that probably been the biggest pushback you've noticed from anything of the sort?
No, not yet. Actually, we saw more the technical. The technical issue was for them
Mm,
a little bit because when you go today to Instagram or any other Web2 app, you give your email, you get or your phone number, you get a code, you can log in, and that's it. No
right.
questions asked, no KYC, no recovery phrase, no nothing. That's the basic Web 2. In Web 3, it's a different game. There's more security, there is more information. We want to make sure it's you who's there, and we want to actually do that whole process more easy. In a way, now we're optimizing the app as we speak. So we think in the next 3 to 4 months, it should be as good as possible, so people can do their business without really noticing that there is blockchain behind it. And that
Gotcha.
then you're really good, because then exactly that's what a lot of companies are trying to do. Putting apps down or platforms out where you have the security and all what blockchain actually gives and offers you, without
Mm,
the hurdle to go through a huge registration process and stuff like that. Yeah.
okay, very nice. How do you think I want to like expand and zoom out here and get your perspective on the future of, I guess you could call it the sharing economy developing and evolving over the next 10 years or so?
I think the sharing economy will actually grow massively. We saw a trend in the past 10 years. We saw a lot of sharing platforms like Airbnb,
Yeah.
like Uber, a lot of platforms in this direction got super successful. And I believe what we are doing is not something out of the ordinary, exists already. We're just trying to commercialize it and reward people for doing it, which is actually new. Uh,
Mm.
but basically, we pick things what is already there and put it all together and offer it in a bundle where people can say, hey, I'm using that app because I get rewarded. I'm using this app because I'm secure there. I'm using the app because I'm not getting scammed from someone I don't know. Basically, lots of people tell me, I don't know if I buy something on Facebook Marketplace, I don't know the other person. This guy can scam me or kill me or whatever for buying something. Here, at least, okay, this guy's a KYC verified. This person did has so many reviews.
Yeah.
There's a verification process behind it and this and that. And best of part, this is local or hyper local in the area. So
Yeah.
that's, I think, very beneficial for us. And I think that trend will probably go stronger. In addition to that we see that we have lots of troubles and problems right now on planet Earth with all the, not only microplastic but also the hurricanes can get stronger. There's wildfires in California. We have also troubles in Europe already with high water floods and stuff like that. So I think that should cause, that should give us a reason to think. I'm trying not to be an environmentalist. I'm not trying to be someone who says I'm green and Greenpeace and stuff like that. I'm just a super realistic and rational person. I'm just seeing things as it is. And politicians and all those people, they're thinking more about making money than thinking about what's happening here. And there's one reason behind it as well, why we're doing it. We have so much wars, so much hatred in planet Earth right now, which is really sad, because we humans should all stick together, no matter what religion, no matter what color of skin. We are all one at the end of the day. We're all breathing the same air, and we should respect ourselves. And that's all about empathy, compassion, love, unity, and that should bring us all together. And that's the reason behind it, why we do this. It's super important. And then we can utilize crypto and blockchain to help us to drive. Let's do it. Why not? And has a lot of benefits behind it. And I think this is the real reason behind it. And believe me, if you help people who need help, and you, even if you don't make money, you just get your echo points. If you have a nice student, a girl who's your neighbor, and she needs something from you, and you say, hey, she's really cute, I like her, I'm not going to charge you. At least you do it through the app. You help her. She's super happy. Makes you happy automatically. And you can do that with a lot of other people. And obviously there will be also some issues and problems, probably with items when they will be returned in a bad situation. But that's the reason why we say deal with local people. Make sure that you talk those things out when something happens to something, that there will be some protection. And by the way, we're talking to insurance companies as well, where we want to insure those things which will be rent. So this way they are also covered. In Europe, you have the benefit that when you give something to someone else, it's already covered in your household insurance. Basically, there's a liability insurance. So if something will be returned back, the insurance company pays for it. But we're talking to some insurance companies worldwide already. There's specialty insurance, they call that, where they cover things like that. You pay a little premium more, and that's also something in the planning. So, but I think that's the idea behind it. To be more compassionate about ourselves, because the crypto scene is already amazing. It's growing fast. It's growing strong. We tried a lot of things out. From starting from the Bitcoin to DeFi to meme coins to gaming to NFTs. And I think we are the only company who actually started to go in a way which nobody else thought about it, and which is a sharing economy, a Web3 sharing platform, where the society can benefit from it and make money on the side. So we'll see where this leads us, but I think it's a good start, and I think the crypto community is also open for that. Yes, I got a lot of positive feedback. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Great stuff there, and some facts that were dropped there. So there's definite facts. We do see the same sky when we all look up into the sky. It's the same sky. It's the same air. We could probably do with a little bit more positivity and some help around here, and not have it be always this transactional thing. And also, one thing I had noticed, there was a couple other companies that I had seen, rolling around. Like one of them was Sweat Economy, and it's a similar idea of, like, I came from the crypto NFT world a few years ago, and the idea of like the metaverse was like being thrown around a lot there, and now there's like all this like virtual shopping stuff, and there's streamers who are like filming themselves live shopping. It's like this whole thing, and it's been in Asia for like a decade already. And this whole idea that people, and they all are having some kind of platform where there's some type of earning potential with points involved, whether or not it's crypto backed or not. And it's like all over, like everywhere, and especially in other countries, and like in Asia, it's already like very much in use. And like Sweat Economy, for example, the more you walk, you're basically being paid to be healthier. It's called the movement economy. And I was like, is that going to work? And they're like, dude, it is working in Asia. He's like, we're very profitable. Like, we're doing it right now. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's totally working. Loyalty programs are working up the roof, really. This is something what really works, because people get motivated. And I see it by myself, because we have two supermarkets here in Switzerland. They're very famous. One is called Migros, the other one is called Coop, and they have a loyalty program. The more you shop, the more points you get, and then you can use those points. And basically, it's like money. And I'm like crazy collecting all those points, having like 1,000 francs, which is over $2,000 in points at Coop, and $640, which is 640 francs, which is like $700 in points in Migros. I have miles and more flight over 570,000 miles. I'm a collector. My daughter says, Dad, why are you collecting so much points? Just spend them. I said, no, when bad times come, you have them. I don't know. I'm a heavy collector. Back then when I was young, I was collecting stamps. I used to be a DJ 30 years ago in Austria.
Wow. All right.
I was pretty famous back then in Vienna, but it was turned as was a vinyl. It was not digital DJ, so real DJ back then. And I was collecting records like crazy. So I think people love to collect things, and if you can collect things and make cash out of it, then this habit is actually really worth a while. So this is something what I'm doing each and every day till up today. So I think with this, you're collecting points for something good, really for something good. And I think it's a great idea. And I'm very confident that this will work out. It might need some time, but we're on the right path, definitely. The numbers are not lying. Also, partnerships we are doing right now are really good as well. And I think it's very, it's this feeling, it's addicting, basically, where you start collecting rewards, gives you a good feeling. And in the back end, you say, I did do something good, and this is good.
Yeah. Yeah. And that probably is one of those unwritten things that makes that churn keep coming, is that if you feel good internally, it's just like an extra thing that sort of checks off in your brain as something you want to continue to do and to contribute to, right?
Absolutely. And then you really talk about it. You're totally excited. You talk about it with your friends, and this is the best way to advertise the app. If your friends, your buddies, your family, everyone is talking about it, then you say, hey, I'm going to install this app. Everyone is making money. Everyone is doing great. And because once you hit this point where it's like a lifestyle, then you won. And you remember Jules. Remember Jules, the Jules cigarette?
The smoking one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the way they were actually doing the advertising. It was crazy, how Jules was successful. They went to all the key opinion leaders to all the influencers. They started to do this really cool videos on all the social media. And I mean, it was a really slick way to smoke. You know, I was even vaping the Juuls for a while. I thought they were very cool. And I think Philip Morris bought them for billions and billions of dollars, you know. But the idea to sell it as a lifestyle product, which was actually not lifestyle. Smoking is not a lifestyle, but they sell it like a lifestyle product, brought them billions and billions of dollars, and brought them, unfortunately, also kids who smoked that, and the lawsuits with Philip Morris has to come now. But what I'm saying is, this is actually our plan, you know, to make it so cool to go into this lifestyle way, because then you really make it. If you do it to a lifestyle where people say, hey, no, I'm not going to buy, I'm just rent it on ivault, you know, and get my rewards. Fuck yeah. I'm not interested to buy something and pollute the planet Earth where we're living at. I have enough plastic in my system.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, especially my generation, like you had mentioned, they're not always trying to buy extra things and clutter it up. They grew up in cluttered homes a lot of times. Like I know for myself, I like room, I like space. And so like in Puerto Rico, we've got a good amount of like just room. I don't have a bunch of things in this room. Like there's basically this desk, this lamp thing behind me. I have like a little treadmill that I can walk, you know, if I'm doing a space and I want to get some stuff, and I got this little small treadmill, and that is basically it. There's nothing else. I don't want a bunch of bookshelves and drawers, all these things. I'm like, I'm good.
And that's the right way to live, because minimalism makes you more happy than having so much things that you don't even have space for your own clothes to put them on. Because at the end of the day, what we see right now in social media, if it's TikTok or Instagram, they're always trying to sell you. They're always trying to do drop shitting. I call it drop shitting, not drop shipping. No, really. I mean, think about it. They're selling you something which you can buy on Temu or AliExpress for 10 times the price. And you, at the end of the day, you don't need it. They actually sold it to you. It's so good that you really, at that moment, you thought, I really need that. But you don't need that. It's senseless. You buy things, it comes all the way from China, you know, and then you open it up and then you say, and then you put it on the side. You never use it. That's really unnecessary. We don't need this. You know, we are much smarter than that. And I think the app should, you know, give us all a little, how do you say, kick to think about what we really need and what is really important on planet Earth, and for us as a society.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. Well, listen, it's been an excellent conversation. I've thoroughly enjoyed this stuff. I feel like I've learned a ton as well. Is there anything else that we haven't covered, or something over the horizon that you want to leave the audience with that is worth bringing up, that now that we've kind of come full circle here? Like this really has been a pretty fun conversation for me.
Yes, for me as well. Thank you so much, Kate, again, for having me. Well, I would appreciate if the audience check out the app. You know, you can install the app, win echo points each and every time you install or upload some stuff you want to lend or rent for. You can even look for something by actually doing requests and send it out in your neighborhood. Invite 30 people of your friends and families and neighbors to get those extra trendy awards for each referral. So you can, you know, up to 600 echo points you can claim, and 3 times a year, on the 3rd of March, 6th of June, and 9th of September. 369 is the numbers of Tesla. The 369, you can actually convert those echo points into ivault tokens, but you can use the echo points as well for paying like publishing fee boosts when you want to boost your items that you publish. So, you know, be part of the tribe, be part of our app, and do some difference here. You know, I'm sure you will enjoy it.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, please, guys, if you're watching, please give them a follow, and also retweet the stream if you enjoyed the conversation. And yeah, if you want to find any information, just go into their Twitter or their X bio, click on that link. It'll take you to all the things that you need. They've got it all in one place, and we'll catch you guys all in the next one. We have streams and spaces every single day here at Wolf. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Take care, everybody. And 3,